It's August 6th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a midnight railway disaster, an execution that shocked the world, and a space mission revealed how hostile weightlessness could be. Let's begin. On August 6, 1903, 2 trains carrying the Great Wallace Show Circus entered the rail yards of Durnan, Michigan. The first section stopped safely, and the red warning light was placed behind it. Inside the rear wooden cars, circus workers and performers were sleeping. Then, the second train appeared. The engineer saw the warning signal and reportedly tried to stop. The train continued forward, slamming directly into the sleeping car. Wood coaches collapsed into splinters. Escaping steam filled the darkness as injured workers cried for help and terrified animals roared from their shattered cages. Roughly 24 people were killed, more than 30 were injured, and several animals also died. Some victims were so badly mangled that no one could identify them. 10 unclaimed bodies were buried together in the Durans Lovejoy Cemetery. One was later removed after being identified. The other 9 remain there today, beneath a stone monument dedicated simply to the unknown dead. The circus eventually continued to its next destination, but 9 of its workers never recovered their names. On August 6, 1890, a convicted murderer, William Kemmler, was strapped into a wooden chair inside New York's Auburn prison. Officials promised that electricity would deliver a quick, painless death. Then the switch was thrown. For 17 seconds, approximately 1,000 volts surged through Kemmler's body. When the current stopped, a doctor declared him dead. But then his chest began to move. Kemmler was still breathing. Witnesses heard gasps as the prison's generator slowly recharged. There was nothing anyone could do but wait. The warden ordered a second current, this time roughly 2,000 volts, and it continued for more than a minute. Blood vessels reportedly burst beneath Kemmler's skin, his flesh began to burn, and smoke rose from his head as the executioner chamber filled with a sickening odor. The electric chair had been promoted as humane and a scientific replacement for hanging, but the development was entangled in Thomas Edison's campaign to portray George Westinghouse's altering currents as dangerously lethal. The world's first electrical execution had become a horrifying human experiment. On August 6, 1961, Soviet cosmonaut German Tivot entered orbit aboard the Vostok 2. Only one person had ever orbited the Earth before him. No one knew what would happen if a human remained weightless long enough to eat, work, and sleep. He circled the planet 17 times during his 25-hour flight, and as darkness surrounded his tiny capsule, he became the first human to fall asleep beyond Earth. But his body was already beginning to rebel. With no true sense of up or down, he became dizzy and violently nauseous. Then, when he attempted to eat, he vomited. Closing his eyes even made the sickness worse. Before sleeping, he tucked his floating arms beneath safety belts so they would not strike the controls, and he slept for approximately 8 hours and awoke 35 minutes later than scheduled. But the nausea was still there. He eventually recovered during his final orbits and returned to Earth safely. His mysterious illness was later named Space Adaptation Syndrome. The flight proved that humans could sleep in space, but it also revealed that the human body can feel as though it's falling, even when there's nowhere left to fall. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next Eerie dose is just a day away.